Also tonight, a 2 News investigation that's tracking your tax dollars.
Natalie Tendall is back on the story of school credit card spending tonight. She's asking Dayton why public school employees are traveling to places like California, Las Vegas, and Florida, and you're paying for it.
But we went through hundreds of credit card expenses from the Dayton Public School District and found tens of thousands of dollars are spent every year on travel. I talked to a former employee who wants to see that money used in other ways. Sharon Calloway is a retired high school business manager for Dayton Public Schools, a district she's still passionate about.
Dayton is my home. I know what the district can do, and it's just not what it used to be, and it needs to come back up.
Calloway believes the schools are struggling and changes need to be made, starting with how DPS spends its money.
It could be better spent. First concern was they need more teachers to help in the class size. Maybe not necessarily teachers, but maybe teacher aides.
So where is Dayton Public Schools spending its money? 2 News Investigates dug through thousands of district credit card expenses to find out. One thing stood out to us and caught Calloway's attention: travel costs.
And I'd like to go to some of these places.
According to credit card expense data, nearly $500,000 has been spent on hotel rooms, airfares, and travel agencies over the past 3 years. $1,200 was spent at Hotel Belclair in the Upper West Side of New York City. More than $1,000 was charged at the Venetian Resort Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, and $980 was spent at the Four Seasons in Miami. Its website describes it as a glittering pillar of sophistication and world-class luxury. Calloway says instead of spending extra money on luxury hotels, she would like to see more go to the classroom and on new programs that would help with student discipline.
They do need to pay teachers more. You know, whenever they are going to negotiations, they always tell them they don't have any money.
We took the list of expenses to Dayton Public Schools Public Information Officer Jill Moberly to see who's doing the traveling and why. She says conferences are one of the biggest reasons employees travel, and those trips are not limited to certain people.
You must first justify why you want to travel. You have to tie it to one of the district goals, and you have to agree as to how you're going to share that information when you return.
Moberly says the district looks at conferences as an investment in professional development that will ultimately help the schools move forward. She says even though employees are traveling to places like Orlando, Hollywood, and Nashville, they're not on vacation.
We don't have any influence over where they hold those conferences, but I do know that we're in meetings usually from early morning till late into the afternoon.
Calloway says sometimes grants require school employees to travel, but she wants the district to think twice before allowing additional trips.
There's 1,001 teacher conferences that come up every year. Should you go to every teacher conference that comes around?
Moberly insists these trips are not taking away from classroom funding. In fact, she says some of the travel they're doing involves recruiting qualified teachers.
And as we make that investment, we want to make sure that we're doing it in the most responsible way, that we're doing it in the most cost-effective way to serve the district and the people that support our district.
Now, Moberly says a lot of times they pick the hotels based on the proximity to the conference and if there is a conference room rate that makes it more affordable.
Natalie, as you always do, you've made it easy for anyone out there to see the exact data that you went through, right?
Absolutely. All the time we do that. We have put a few graphs on our website this time around that breaks down what DPS spends the most money on when it comes to travel. And there's also additional information about certain charges, and you can find that all at WDTN.com.
Because after all, it's your tax money being spent.
Absolutely.
Natalie